Howdy, folks. I'm Rowdy Reticulum, recklessly reaching for rapidly running rabbits.
I'm Amber.
And here are more rapidly running rabbits for us to reach for. I don't know. What are we today, Amber?
A net.
We are a net. So I didn't know that nets ran.
No, the rabbits are running. The net is trying to catch the rabbits.
I see. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Let's get started. Amber's like, why are you mean, Brian? Alright, folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for not wanting to give my dog away even though my boyfriend is allergic? I'm a 21-year-old female, and I recently got a new puppy. I live alone, and I decided that this was a good idea to have some company. However, my boyfriend, a 21-year-old male, has grown to dislike him over the past couple of months. My boyfriend visits every weekend since he still lives with his parents, and we get into arguments about my puppy most of these weekends. With the last one being where he wants me to give my dog away. He claims that he's annoying and doesn't behave. I countered with the fact that he's only 3 months old, and not to mention he's already potty trained for the most part. Very friendly with people and dogs, and can do some tricks. That being said, in one of the arguments, he brought up a hypothetical. Would you give him away if I was allergic? I'll admit that I said yes, since he has shown no signs of allergies, or at least I thought. He texts me today and says that he is a painful rash, and he's certain it's from my dog. I don't know if I believe him, especially since he hasn't been over for the past couple of days. I said that I would buy an air purifier, a de-shedder, and wash the sheets every weekend before he comes, but he says none of that will help. Am I the jerk for not wanting to give my dog away, even though I said that I would? Alright, folks, what do you think?
Not the jerk. It seems mighty coincidental that he just developed this allergy suddenly after he asked Opie about it, but already knows that an air purifier, a de-shedder, and all that stuff won't even help him.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty funny that he asked this question, and then suddenly he develops an allergy, right? I hope he should have realized that this was a trap that they were walking into. I mean, not that I'm blaming them or anything, right? But what kind of question is it to be like, would you give your dog away if I was allergic? And then mysteriously, over the next couple of days, coming up with an allergy, right?
Yeah, an allergy that he knows so much about, even though it's, just appeared.
Yeah.
I mean, it may be worth investigating whether the dog might need some behavioral training. That's not out of the question, but it's, again, your house, your dog, you don't live together, and it may not be worth continuing this relationship. Like, if he's going to make up allergies to try to make you get rid of your pet instead of having a mature conversation.
Yeah. I think OP, he's trying to manipulate you, and it's clear that that's the case. I would just break things off, and then I'm sure he'll backpedal pretty quickly and be like, oh, I didn't mean it, because probably he's coming over to your house to get away from his parents, and when he loses that escape, I'm sure he's going to appreciate the dog and house a lot more. Not that I'm saying you should take him back after that.
No, I mean, the manipulation is not cool. And again, if the dog is poorly behaved, it's fine to express his concerns, to express that the dog might need training, but it's not fine to make up allergies and be like, you need to get rid of your pet because I'm very allergic.
Yeah, exactly. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And B-Bay Way Way says, your boyfriend is the jerk. Keep the puppy, dump the boyfriend ASAP. And OP replies, thanks for responding. And Finest30 says, sweetie, keep your puppy and break up with that immature jerk. He is a liar and a manipulator. You and your dog deserve better. Please install security cameras inside and outside of your apartment. And OP replies, thank you, it'll be hard, but it seems like I might need to. And Tiny Ajama says, I'm a little bit worried that if the boyfriend is ever with the dog alone, that the dog might mysteriously get out of the yard and go missing. And OP replies, yikes, I didn't even think about that. That's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, folks, and our next letter is titled, My Mom Wants Me to Marry My Dead Sister's Husband. Someone please help me escape this madness. I am beyond appalled, disgusted, and just shocked. I have no one that I can tell this to yet, and I need to get it off my chest. 4 months ago, my sister, a 27-year-old female, passed away and left behind her children. Collectively, we have done our part as a family to help them regain normalcy the best that we can. We have been by their side every step of the way in dealing with her absence and the grief. As of late, I, a 23-year-old female, have started to remove myself away from anything which has to do with her husband. I'll call him R, a 30-year-old male. Due to comments sometimes inappropriate, but usually on the lines of how I look exactly like my sister. I still make every effort to manage the kids to the best of my ability, and I still have them on my days regardless. The bombshell was dropped a few days ago, and my sister's clothes were strewn all over with her wedding dress, while my mother and my other sister R and his brother sat around. According to them, my deceased sister's kids require a mother and a husband requires a wife, and since I'm an identical copy to her, I am the one who should fulfill these roles. Like, what the actual? I am fully aware that grief can cause individuals to say weird things and act oddly at times, but this is something entirely different. The most dreadful aspect for me was the fact that they had already taken away her photo and begun preparing for the wedding. I am very lucky as R's mother and father have not only selflessly taken me in, but also their grandbabies, as she is adamant against this nonsense and feels that we are not safe around them, which I strongly agree with. I am fortunate to have an opportunity to work elsewhere, but I can't imagine leaving my nephews behind in this mess. I am still in a state of shock and trying to process the situation and how I can manage everyone in this too. I do apologize if some of the aspects don't make sense, as I have rushed as I am at work, and I will add more information or details in the comments if I need to. I'm just struggling to understand what could have brought on this, and what could have possessed someone to behave like this, as I just can't wrap my head around it. I'm sorry to vent, but thank you in advance. Alright folks, what do you think?
Oh, OP, you are so much not the jerk. This is awful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because you physically resemble someone does not mean you are their copy. And the way they just want to, like, slip you into your sister's shoes, like you don't have any say, it's just disgusting. Like, I would recommend getting as far away from these people as you possibly can, because this is very, very, very sketchy, and I'm concerned what they might do if they're willing to plan an entire wedding for you behind your back.
Yeah, I just want to know what R managed to say to the parents to convince them that OP should be the person to fulfill this role. Like, also, how lazy do you have to be to not want to actually seek out, like, I mean, if he wants a new partner, that's understandable. Like, that's certainly, like, something that people do want a partner after their spouse might have died, right? And I don't think that's a problem. But he's just basically being like, here's the first available woman who looks like my passed away wife, and I'm just going to stuff her into this role because, I can, right?
Well, it just seems like he doesn't want the responsibility of taking care of his children, because notice that OP is the one taking care of his children, not him.
Yeah.
And he probably doesn't want the responsibility of taking care of the house, doing the housework. His wife probably did that. And so he just wants, someone who's going to quickly fill into those roles. And hey, she's an attractive young woman, so, why not just stuff her in? Like, it doesn't matter what she wants. She doesn't have agency.
Yeah. It feels very odd to me that they're trying to make life decisions for OP like this, and I'm glad that OP's in-laws, kind of in-laws?
Yeah.
Well, the people who are they're related only by law, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are looking out for them and trying to make sure that none of this nonsense goes through. As for the nephews, OP, your nephews are going to be fine.
Right. They have a dad who can take care of them. They have other family members who can take care of them. The important thing is you getting away from these people so they cannot put you into a very bad situation.
Right. Like, you were trying your best to help your nephews out, but that does not extend to your safety and welfare being at risk, right? Like, the moment that your safety and welfare are at risk, you don't have any moral obligation to take care of the children, especially since there is a parent and even grandparents, it sounds like, and other people around who can fulfill that role as well.
Well, and it's not going to be long before they start telling the kids that OP's going to be their new mommy and getting them all hyped up like trying to get the kids to convince OP. Like, it's not going to be a good situation, and it's best that you just get far, far away from these people.
Yeah, that's actually probably a really good point. So, let me know what you folks think. Anyhow, take care and good luck, OP. And Aquaventura says, Beware that none of your relatives try to alter any government documents about your marital status. And a clueless man says, they could do that? And Nisha Dead 08 says, filing a marriage certificate isn't hard if you know the person's social security. Normally, that makes filing a false marriage certificate a non-starter, but since it's OP's parents, they likely have that information. And I mean, that's assuming that this is happening in the US, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Scrapple000 says, I'm so sorry for your loss, but this is ridiculous. Did you time travel back to the Middle Ages, replacing your sister as his wife? That's some actual nonsense in your family. It's a lemon now says, Henry VIII wants to know where you live. And Frugal Curris says, Henry also wants to know if you will produce sons. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for telling my sister-in-law that our finances are not her business? Some background. I'm a 27-year-old female and I've been with my husband, a 38-year-old male, for about 6 years, married for 3. When we met, he had horrible depression, and when his mother passed away, a lot of things went wrong in his life. He started a new career where we met a year later, spent all of his savings, etc. I was finishing my last year of college online and was working a big girl job, making the same amount of money as him. After dating, we got pregnant with our blissful daughter, and after doing the deed for 1 week. After we had my daughter, I ended up quitting my job and bringing her to nanny with me. We got married 2 years after she was born, and he's supporting me going back to school and me getting my nursing degree. Our current life. Now I'm a traveling nurse, and I paid off all of my student debt, $20,000. We bought a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 5th wheel that cost $90,000. And recently bought my husband the truck of his dreams, $110,000. He stays with our girls we homeschool, and we're planning on traveling for another few years. We plan on settling down by the time that my oldest goes to middle school. By then, both my kids will be set up financially to go to college, and we'll have enough money to put down a large payment on a $2 million home. Now here's the problem. I took an assignment near his hometown so that we can see his family for Easter. One of my sister-in-laws is more than a petty woman who can't keep her mouth shut. When my husband's brothers were asking him about his new truck, sister-in-law chimed in saying, well, he wouldn't have anything if it wasn't for OP. I reminded her that I wouldn't have anything that I have now without him either. Sister-in-law proceeds to ask me how much our fancy trailer and our fancy truck and our fancy trips are all costing me in front of his whole family. I was calm when I responded, and I just simply said, it's none of your business what my finances are, but if you need some money, just let me know. Needless to say, things got awkward, and she left shortly after. Now sister-in-law is refusing to talk to me, and I'm getting pressure from his family to apologize. I didn't really feel sorry because I feel that she undermined all of my husband's sacrifices for our family, but my husband says that I should apologize just to keep the peace. Any thoughts? Alright folks, what do you think?
No, I mean, I don't think OP is in the wrong here. It's kind of common courtesy not to go prying into other people's financial situations. And I also do not like how she's dismissing all of the husband's non-monetary labor. Like, it sounds like he's homeschooling the kids. He's probably doing a lot around the house while OP is doing this traveling nursing. So he's still a contributing partner to the household, like, money aside, like...
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. It's like he's contributing, right? He's taking care of the kids. Sounds like he's probably doing the chores around the house, being a stay-at-home dad, doing all that stuff. And OP, she is, taking time and being a traveling nurse, and it sounds like that's paying them very, very well.
Yeah, well, traveling nurses can make good money. And the thing is, they have an arrangement that works for them, and they're happy with it. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. And so, I understand OP being upset that she was making these hurtful jabs at her husband. And I think she handled it fine, like saying, it's not any of your business. Yeah, it's not any of her business. And if you're prying so much about money, I think it's a fair thing to be like, are you looking for money? Is that what this is all about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that OP was really even had all that low of a blow. They just asked them if they needed money to come and see them, right? Now, as for their finances, I would be careful if I were them not to overextend themselves in their budgets and whatnot, and make sure that they have a financial advisor that they can see if they don't have a good grasp of their finances. And I mean, it's hard to say exactly how much money they are making and how much they're squirreling away and whatnot. But it sounds like they're doing a fine job. But lifestyle creep can really catch up with people,
Mm-hmm.
and just keep that lifestyle creep under control. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Overslept Sunday says, if you need some money, let me know, is a fantastic response. Not the jerk sounds like she wishes that she could have the freedom and nice things that you have. Way to go for crediting yourself and your husband for where you are today. If she was genuinely curious, then maybe this was a step too far, but if she's constantly talking garbage, then she was due for a platter coming back in her face. She can do the math and make sense of how much travel nurses can make with just a simple Google to satisfy her genuine curiosity. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a jovial Bob Stein joke.
Janet, do you write with your right hand or your left hand? Craig, my right hand. Janet, that's funny. I usually use a pencil.
Aha. But I used my blood. And I have Earl Grey. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy, wonderful Wednesday, Hump Day, Friday, Junior's Eve. Folks, we're halfway through the week. Can you believe it? Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance. And please, have it a short poem.
Bad boyfriends may come and go, but dogs will still love you as they grow old.
I like that poem. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.